Well, the first map out of the way, and that is AVANGAR picking things up. Now the question is this you ain't, or is, I can't even remember, got cash money? There you go, I was trying to go with that, Hugo. It was a good meme, and I ruined it. Winstrike, you know, they come off the back of a pretty grueling defeat there on at Dust 2. You know, and now moving into cash, the map pick of AVANGAR, that was also kind of a bit of a slide dig over at the Winstrike guys, because it's not really a map they play all too much, but, you know, do you think they have that resilience to bounce back? The worrying factor being is that it was kind of the four more experienced players who didn't show up back on Dust 2, versus, you know, the new kid on the block in the form of Norbert. He had a pretty good performance, all things considered.
Yeah, I don't think you can even use the term resilience here, because I don't think it would require resilience. Like, AVANGAR just looked like they were playing on another level in that previous game. They looked so ready for everything Winstrike threw in. They were playing, you know, no fear Counter-Strike, constantly switching up James' position. He was being a nuisance. He dropped like 28 kills or something ridiculous in that map. And yeah, they were just getting really in the faces of Winstrike more than anything. So I think this is going to be very difficult, especially when we move to a map that AVANGAR have shown that they are so good at cash in the past. They've taken it against top teams as well. So yeah, I'm a little bit worried for Winstrike, but again, you do have to remember, this is the winner's game, Harry, of the group. If they lose this, they fall back into another decider best of 3, and they get a chance to still get out of this group, head to those playoffs. And I think, again, if you look at the level of teams in Group B here for the CIS Minor, I think Winstrike still make it out. I don't think they'll have a problem getting out of their group at all. You know, they've already proven, at least versus one of the teams, that they didn't have any trouble earlier. That was obviously getting 16-5 win back on Dust 2 as well, versus the likes of Stark, Seized, etc. So, yeah, I'm not too worried for them.
Well, I also have a mainstream update for you. If I'm not mistaken, Spirit, they did manage to take that first map. Yeah, versus Simon Gaming. That was obviously over on Dust 2 as well. You know, the first half pretty competitive. You gave us a little update on that when we approached the end of the first half for ourselves. But the second half was a lot more dominant in favor of the Team Spirit guys. They were able to quite quickly close that one out. So that's that. You know, they managed to take that first map as well. I think thus far all these games kind of going down the way that they should have. You know, at least in these best of 3s, and that's always what you kind of want to see. So now heading on through to cash. For me, the man who, I know I keep on speaking about him over on the side of Winstrike, and I feel kind of bad, but I want to see a bit more from World Edit. You know, I want to see them prioritizing getting the AWP in his hands a little bit more. I think we only saw him have it 3 or 4 times, if I'm not mistaken, in all of Dust. The money was never really there for the Winstrike guys for them to get it. They went for a couple maybe of risky force buys, or maybe they didn't need to. You think back to the fact that initially, right, it was a 3-1 scoreline in favor of the Winstrike guys, and then what, you end up losing that map, only managing to scrape together 2 more rounds after. So
with both pistols as well.
So certainly not the results that they would have liked. And I think a lot of that is just maybe them starting to get in their own heads a bit, and you know, then you start to go for those force buys, you start to cut back on things like the AWP, and you know, not to mention, it's not really like World that it was having an amazing performance, right? So you can kind of understand why they didn't bother giving it to him. But anyway, new day, new map, and it's cash. We're going to be heading on into map number 2 in this best of 3 series. The map pick of AVANGAR, by the way. Winstrike choosing to start over on the T side. And they're going to be grouping up over here toward the A-bomb site initially. And Norbert over here towards Squeaky. Another man over in main. Fitch holding close, and he is going to pick up the point man in the form of Norbert. No trade in sight just yet. And Fitch actually going to continue this reign of terror. Look at him go, very confident. The only issue with that is you know, confidence is one thing. He doesn't stop a 9mm round to the face.
The issue is there were still 2 players in Squeaky, so when he shut the door and ran towards main, they called it. Boomich turned right back around to get that kill, and he'll even follow up with a USP retrieve from the body. Somehow making this round very good for Winstrike. We've seen them be completely dominant in these pistol rounds over on Dust. So right now things are looking the same, but AVANGAR are going to attempt this retake after all. There is a kit down in the site as well, so certainly worth a shot. Krisen is going to move in. Quick shot from Waylander. Great aim as well. Is going to put Winstrike now in a double man advantage. Trade back from Buster, but the time really is going to be the big problem here. It's ticking away. Waylander is still firing off shots, and James is now left alone, trying to pad those stats, get some more money for the AWP maybe, but I don't think anything is going to come through. No ammo left. And Waylander, 3 kills in that pistol round. Strong start here from the Finnish player. And Winstrike, again, taking another pistol. Will they be able to convert it though, Harry? That's always the question on my mind.
Yeah, I mean, that's been kind of a hit and miss subject for Winstrike, right? In the first half of Dust, they were able to convert the second round, and then they actually lose to that 3rd round by. Second half, different story, right? It was an instant turnaround from the AVANGAR camp. But, you know, it is in these anti-ecos that we have seen Winstrike struggle. And these are rounds you have to be winning at, especially if you think about that form that they had on Dust. just moments ago.
Especially when it's full USPs.
Yeah, that round there as well. I think they anticipated that it was going to be a B play. I think that's why you just run with Fitch in towards main. You know, his kicker even started to rotate off of the A bomb site, right? He was playing over at truck, and Fitch dies straight away, and they realize, like, oh, I think we've made a horrible mistake here, boys. They try to rotate back in, but obviously at that point, the bomb's down. Winstrike all up in your A bomb site. And that's just not where you want them.
Or is it? 1-0 here, and already mid-control going to be taken. It's an A collapse here for Winstrike, with AVANGAR setting up very heavy over on B, so no chance here. Full Molotov execute. All the corners checked, all the boxes checked, and the bomb will go down as well. We've even got Boomich holding that CT spawn, so he gets plenty of info that AVANGAR are trying to wrap back through the CT spawn. Doesn't really want to take the fight with an SMG, though. We do still have 2 AKs for that range, but Norbert going to move in as well. He's got to check the corner. He just runs right past Fitch, and his teammate's going to get killed as a result. Fitch, there we go, finally delivering the killing blow, but after Norbert gets a couple of kills, either way, it's not going to matter too much. It is only that full USP round from AVANGAR, so we've got the third round buy coming through. I mean, if Fitch gets a kill here with an SMG, that's a lot of money as well. Can allow for that early AWP to be even dropped over, armored up on Jame. But at this point, it's looking at just like a formality. You okay, Harry?
Yeah, just a reminder, this Antica round's brought to you by Vodafone, as we just saw.
Oh, I didn't see that.
You didn't see it?
I was looking at the other monitor.
Oh, of course, yeah, right. I completely forgot. I was going to say, I was like, I think... I'm worried if you didn't catch that.
No, I'm not looking at program feed.
Okay, thank goodness. Right, so here's the buy for AVANGAR. They've got themselves 2 orgs up. Buster doesn't have armor because he threw the AWP over to James. So that's an interesting one. You know, normally
he can play headshot on B here. That's the only thing that would work with that, right?
Well, we're going to see if this plays into the round all too much, because it looks like Winstrike are going to try and play this fast B play. But there are 4 players here for AVANGAR. They've made a decision to stack at this B bomb site early on, and that does look to be the right decision off the bat, at least right now. Winstrike going to be setting up for this, and AVANGAR, they've pulled all 5 players towards this portion of the map. It's going to be a 10-man B bomb site if this all falls into place. 5 on 5.
This is the kind of round where it's like you clearly read what Winstrike are doing. You've done your research, you've looked through the demos, and given the information they have, they know exactly what's going on.
Oh, here's his push. There's Buster opening up that lack of armor, not coming back to punish him anytime soon, and it's just a slaughter Fitch from the checkers. He's going to make that look very, very easy. 3 frags for him in that round. The rest of the guys chiming in as well, and AVANGAR finding themselves a rifle round very early on here. Instantly going to be on that scoreboard. Looking to try and get back into this game. There is a buy available for Winstrike, but it's not great. Okay, we're going to go ahead and we just have to quickly go ahead and throw this over to a quick break. We have a couple of tech problems. We'll be back after the break with the remainder of this second map, so don't go anywhere.
So I just had a word with production, right? And essentially what they're doing to combat some of these technical issues we've been having is they've thrown our observers, Sluggy and Rush, onto power bikes. And these bikes, when cycled, give power to the building. So what we've done is make our observers really go the extra mile, Harry. Quite literally, many miles on those bikes.
We've calculated, you know, you've got to go, it's the equivalent distance of here in Katowice back to my home in London.
You don't live in London.
I don't, no. It just sounds, no one knows where I live, mate. Like, it's a useless. Well, that's a good nade actually early on. So we'll focus on this instead. Winstrike, they've been naded down, and they've been sent on their bikes out of mid. Jay just gives this portion of the map up, actually. Not too keen on fighting it with the orb, so he decides to play things safe. He does have teammates up here inside of A. He has Kicker and Fitch there, so he falls back into their warm embrace. That does mean Winstrike managed to get out in towards middle. That bomb now turning his attention back toward this B bomb site, and Krizen spots these players up in the vents. That Molotov is going to force the first man out, and you notice Boomich, he actually went back. He opted not to push in with his teammates, so that means the Buster's not going to get traded, and now he can just keep on causing havoc, and you see the impact that one Molotov has. Allows Buster to get himself 3, and that one man with the AK now, Boomich doing what he can to try and salvage this round. He does have World Edit alongside him on this Deagle, but they have to first retrieve that bomb, and Jamin CT does get spotted. This wrap round should draw this round to a close. Only World Edit left standing, and they make quick work of him, or kick of him. AVANGAR gonna go 2-2. That was just awful. Yeah, I'm gonna stop.
Don't even try.
I'm just gonna, I'm gonna go get on the power bike. We'll bring in one of the observers to finish this game.
Yeah, a nice flashbang as well, setting up Buster. Once he gets cornered in that back of Vents position, even after he kills the first man out of Vents, he's still being wallbanged. He's still being shot down to low HP, but gets flashed actually from the site and is able to pick up a couple more kills off the back of it. So 2-2 here, AVANGAR. They bounce back quite well. Winstrike do go for that fast mid approach in this round, and that Molotov, while it doesn't look to be too great, the damage done by the rifle of Boomich is going to be able to whittle Fitch down. He burns in the flames. Boomich left on 2 HP as well, so very nice that they actually flashbang Fitch there to get that kill. Buster pushes up on B in the meantime, and he takes a crucial frag to Kvik. Now AVANGAR back in a 4-on-4 with definite advantage considering the HP of Boomich. I'm going to see that rotation back from Winstrike as well. Look at the bomb. It's going in through T-spawn. And with AVANGAR going for another one of these gambles, we saw this work out for them before. This time, it could be a very dangerous decision. They've moved Buster off of B to go back into middle. And while he may be able to even take a frag here, he's going to have to give up the B site as a result. Waylander honed in on the angle as well. And it's a game of timing here. Does Buster rotate back towards B before they push in?
Oh, they look set to be on a collision course with one another. Buster does manage to get in a CT. The issue is if he doesn't go any further forward, he's not going to be inside of that B bomb site when these smokes rain in. Ooh. He will, but the bomb's rotated away. Winstrike going to try and hit this A bomb site. AVANGAR, they haven't fallen for it. They've kept 3 players here. World Edit and Waylander starting to push up through mid along with the bomb on the back in orbit, but they're going to have a very tall order ahead of them. There's World Edit finding the first. Kicker trying to stand his ground over here towards the forklift. He's got heavy lifting to do, and Krizen's there to help him out. Only Boomich left standing, and in a 1v3, he's fully flashed 15 seconds, and the nade is there to finish him off. So AVANGAR picking up a 3rd round. Not even breaking a sweat there as Winstrike try and throw that fake in.
This utility usage from AVANGAR in the past 3 rounds has just been fantastic. It's been so good. I mean, we constantly see Winstrike blind or finished off by nades or that Molotov in Vents that you mentioned. I mean, this has been really good. And this is why we expect it to be good. It's AVANGAR's map pick. It's the one that they've really cemented as one of their favorites. So, yeah, I think Winstrike definitely have to be worried coming into this one.
So the other thing is it just feels like right now, AVANGAR, they're just in the heads of Winstrike. You look at a lot of these rounds, right? They always have a stack. They always have, you know, an advantageous situation over towards the bomb site that Winstrike eventually end up towards. This round even, you might only have 2 players inside of B, but you think back to the round prior, they only had 1 man here, right? They had the other 4 over towards A. And there's Krizen opening things up, so man advantage taken. And now this is where the next kind of portion of what I was going to say comes in, is you've got Fitch and Jame over in mid. That's a very fast rotation that can come through. You can just send Fitch in through the vents, be that fast pincer. Wayland is still a long way away from the rest of his teammates. He's currently over in main trying to push out, but he does not last long. So that's the flanker dealt with. Now you've just got the 3 remaining players, and they're going to go slowly but surely into the crosshairs of AVANGAR. This should just be a clean round from this point on in. The bomb's dropped out in the open. No utility to retrieve that.
And a nice bait there as well, right? Crizzen gets their attention. He then hides, doesn't peek. Buster moves out to actually catch the cross. And so Crizzen just doesn't need to fight here because he's got teammates coming in to protect him, to defend him. He's being escorted to the finish line, and it is already done. 4-2. AVANGAR take a clean round there. Obviously only an eco for Winstrike, you do have to remember, but not even dropping casualties to the pistols is definitely going to be a bit of a confidence boost. For the Winstrike side of things, we do have full rifles coming into this one, though, but no AWP, Harry. No money for that just yet if they wanted armor behind it. And correct me if I'm wrong, but while he only had it maybe 3 times, I don't remember World Edit getting an AWP kill back on that previous map.
No, I don't think he did. I mean, he only had like 3 kills anyway, so it's not like he had all too many to remember. His Buster, a man who has been fragging in this game over towards B, does get flashed in by Crizzen. Unfortunately, it's counteracted by a quick flash throw and by Kivik, so that's sent him back. Some noise made over here towards Squeaky, and that's got the attention of AVANGAR. They start to rotate Jame up from the highway. He's currently playing his position, kind of switching between the A-bomb site and mid. Allows for a fast rotation, so you can understand why. He can just batten down the hatches on Squeaky if any more noise is made over here in the A-bomb site. But he will get tested soon. Boomich going to be boosting up Kivikin towards mid. Rest of the guys grouping up outside of A. It's looking like it's all going to culminate into this A play. 3 players here for AVANGAR. They do have their work cut out for them. But in these kind of, stack situations where the odds are against them, AVANGAR, they've looked pretty good in the past. Can they rise to the occasion now?
Great flash to catch Kick It as well, but they still haven't pushed behind it. The Molotovs have gone down, but in none of the positions AVANGAR are playing. Great entry from World Edit. That was needed. This is now back into a 4-on-4. Kick It tries to line up a couple of frags, but they're already out through Squeaky, and Norbert has blindsided him, taking that frag and opening up the A site for the better of Winstrike. The bomb can even be planted, and Crizzen can't stop it either. They know he's close. He's just shot through the smoke, and now he's going to try and move in. That Molotov, lots of damage. Boomich forced back behind the smoke, and Crizzen, he still can't find a kill off the back of this. Kavik has just killed that mid flank after the early boost into that position, and now it's just 2 players left up from AVANGAR. Maybe a couple of low guys up on Winstrike, but double peak coming through. World Edit able to save his teammate, and now Buster alone. It's just about damage here. They have the money for the future. He's just trying to take away guns, but World Edit will not give him the satisfaction. 3 frags on that AK-47. As many as he got in Dust 2. Yeah,
which is that's pretty mind-blowing. Good, though, that he's starting to maybe build some confidence. Yeah. He's starting to find his footing a bit. Now we can maybe see this lead into a little bit more. That's at least what I'm hoping for. Cash is already off to, I'd say a more competitive start perhaps than Dust, given that there wasn't really any success aside from the pistol rounds for Winstrike there. They managed 1 rifle round, I want to say, maybe 2. So here's the push out in towards middle. Quick boost up. 3 players sent up and over. The smokes are in, and that means that AVANGAR, they've lost control of this portion of the map. This is really the most decisive and kind of confident that we've really seen Winstrike be in taking a portion of the map. The most proactive they've been as well. They actively throw in all the smokes and flashes to get this avenue. They forced Jame off the angle on highway. So finally, they fought hard for it, and they've taken control of this portion of the map. Now the question becomes for me is, what are they going to do with it?
And eager as ever is Jame. He's already moved back in, so they've got to get rid of him from this spot. And we've seen Winstrike already do this before on that fake B round. They put Waylander up towards the highway boxes. James going to be ready for it. Nice shot as well. It is going to be the A execution here from Winstrike, but relying on that mid flank is so important to catch rotations and even stop defuses if you go for an open bomb plant. Kicker, again, going to have to hide as the Molotovs come on in, and James landed himself a 2nd kill. Winstrike trying to pull out the same rabbit out of the same hat, but this time, AVANGAR, they're not going to allow them to do so. 2 early kills. Kicker's back in the site, but not for long. And Boomich will trade back, so it is a 4-on-3 with that bomb plant yet to go down.
Oh, Boomich will be the man punching in the numbers. World Edit here. 3K from him in the round prize. He's got to go above and beyond once more. There's Boomich. Secure in the first frag. Fitch is there, and he just manages to bail out Jame in the nick of time. World Edit peeking wide. Opens up with 1, but Buster's there, and now just Kivik in a 1v2. Time ticking on down. The bomb is planted for him. There's the first man found, and now into the 1v1. Fitch has been so good at these high-impact situations, and once again, he's able to rise to the occasion. Defuse comes in. AVANGAR, a 5th round cemented. Try as Winstrike might, they just cannot seem to catch a break.
But they do have the money at least, right? That's coming up into this round. The bomb plot going to make a very big difference, and another buy can come through. That being said, AVANGAR, as you said, they've looked very good on this CT side. These retakes have been nice. Interesting, I know. Well, that it had the money to go for an AWP, but instead he's gone for the rifle here. That doesn't surprise me. Like, we make our jokes, but think about that last map. He didn't get a kill with it. If you're not feeling it, there's no point buying such an expensive weapon that you don't think you're going to get impact for. Add on to that, it's T-side cash. Depends how Winstrike are playing, but you don't necessarily need that AWP. We've not seen them try to battle Jane too much. You know, the only mid-control they've really taken is trying to push Waylander up towards the top. And yeah, well, that it was always one of the riflers you could tell did feel more comfortable over on that T-side rifling. So, you know, it does make sense. KitKat's going to manage himself a quick frag down towards Highway. It is going to get traded out. The bomb can look to go down once again for Winstrike, so they are certainly making progress in that sense. But this time they've got to try and hold it off in the 3-on-4. The odds stacked against them, but the bomb down at the very least, and a couple of flashbangs still to work with. The one issue they're going to have is AVANGAR are already here knocking on their door, so they haven't had any time to get into these post plants for the most part. Flashbang out. Fitch is going to catch the push, and the double peek as well coming through. Fitch, another frag. Gavik lone on the site. Once again, he finds 2, 3 in the round, but it's not going to be enough. Had to get the ace to win that one. AVANGAR are going to get the defuse, and again, another nice try from Winstrike, and you can see why they don't want to run this AWP. These have been a lot of very fast execute rounds. Burst the player into mid, get him up Highway, go for that quick A execute. That's just been the bread and butter for these last few rounds for Winstrike. So it doesn't really surprise me that they don't want to get the AWP. Maybe that will come in the future. I'd like to see it, especially on that CT side, but they've got to get through the first half first, Harry, and right now AVANGAR are not giving them too much leeway. 6-3. The buys are back in for the CT side, but Winstrike's still on pistols. So, I mean, what? Oh. Yeah, that was... yeah, you've been really just wrecked there. That was as BS as you could expect, Harry. That was through the fence. Oh, jeez. Oh, here's Buster. There's Buster dead. That's the B-bomb site cracked open. Once again. Bomb. Yeah, as we've come to expect, the Winstrike guys... They don't seem to have a lot of faith in these ecos. They do just seem to drop the bomb back in their spawn, and then, you know, we saw this happen on Dust too, right? They left the bomb in T-spawn, they rushed into B with just Deegs, and then they actually managed to take the B-bomb site, and it's like, oh. What do we do now? Yeah. Yeah, the battle's only just beginning. Waylander in with another, and surely not. Crizzen is able to pick up the lone gunman inside of B. That leaves Waylander now with an AK, the bomb on his back, a minute left to play with. And just one man to face inside of this A-bomb site. It's KitKat. That is certainly no easy feat. As he's posted up here, there's no armor on Waylander either, so the aim punch plays into that fully. And he anticipates that at that point, AVANGAR might have just all rotated in toward B, so he just kind of runs in, guns blazing, and gets shut down. And right there from Waylander, you can see the exact reason why, if you're in that situation, most players will choose to go squeaky. When you don't have a smoke, you could see Waylander, the first thing he's checking his car, his highway, his forklift. If you go squeaky, you don't have to worry about any of that. You know, okay, you have to worry about highway and forklift, but it's far easier to, you know, take these angles one by one than just run out of main and trying to clear like 4 positions at once. Very difficult spot to be in, but I guess we wanted to speed up, get into the site ASAP. However, it won't work. 7-3. Winstrike. Slow start, but they do have the AWP, Harry. Yeah, they do. I'm curious to see how much of a difference that's going to make for them. Now we have that chance, you know, well, that maybe instead of throwing down all these smokes in mid, you can maybe look towards having him open things up there with the AWP. Alternatively, he could try and go for this B play, which is what it looks like. His eyes are fixated in that portion of the map. It's the Eye Tracker Challenge, World Edit Edition. He's heading over here toward B, and he's looking for a frag. Ooh. And one might present itself. It's Jame. Clash of the AWPers here. Jame might... He's going to go aggressive. He's gone out past his smoke. They've got no clue. Jame could do damage, but he's only good for 1. Now the pressure going to fall onto Buster. This B-bomb site is immediately overrun. There's a man already up and in it, but Buster's been able to find him, and he's somehow still alive. He's somehow still fighting, and he's buying so much time. This bomb hasn't been allowed to cross. And now the presence of the man in check is finally cleared out, but there's 3 players already here for AVANGAR knocking on the door of Winstrike. They haven't been allowed to get in a B, and that means that AVANGAR, they've posted up players inside of the site, so they're already
They're ready and waiting for this push.
I'd love to know what happened in mid there. I don't know how Norbit got past Kick It. He must have thrown a smoke down to cut off his line of sight because he was just able to dive through vents and get that trade onto Buster. Massively important frag has now put Winstrike in a very doable position, but no CT smoke down. That's a failed smoke. That's a big mistake because there's 2 players here to lock it down. World Edit alone with the rifle, and it's 1 missed smoke that will cost Winstrike, you know, the round, or at least an opportunity of trying to get it. Dear, oh dear, those are not the mistakes you can be making when it comes down to these kind of situations. And in the context of this game as well, I mean, they could have easily started to pull back this game off the back of 1 round win. One note is that these rounds, even though majoritarily won by AVANGAR, have been very close. You can tell that by the money. AVANGAR have had to reinvest many, many guns every single round. Winstrike are definitely making, you know, these rounds close. So that means the money at least is on a knife's edge. It can always fall apart.
Yeah, I mean, they certainly weren't competitive early on, but these last, like, you know, 4 or 5 rounds have been fantastic from Winstrike. I have to agree. They've eroded that money down, and there's Boomich once again able to find an opener with the Deagle down here in mid, turning their attention back towards A now, and there's no one there for AVANGAR. If Winstrike go into this A bomb site now, they've got it for free. They can get this bomb down. They're sitting in a 5v4. You maybe leave a couple of players over here in mid to try and catch the rotations, try and deny this retake before it even begins. The issue is they don't know this A bomb site's clear, so they're taking their time. They're being very slow, very methodical, and that's given a lot of room to maneuver for the AVANGAR camp. But Norbert, apparently the Deep King, World Edits him with another, and suddenly it's only Buster left standing.
What has happened here? This is a mess for AVANGAR. And Norbert, he showed us he could use the Deagle back on Dust too. He's doing it again in a huge round. But do not count Buster out of this one. They're low. There's no armor on 2 of these players. There's no utility. There's not even guns picked up despite these kills. Well done. Great angle. Does catch 1 bit of damage. Puts Buster fairly low. He's ready for the repeat here, but he's not ready for the round win. He's going to just fall back instead. Give Winstrike their 4th. What a crazy round to pick up as well. You lose a sitter in a 3-on-3 on that B site with no smoke and CT spawn, and then you follow up with a Deagle win. That's exactly what they would have wanted. And they're even going to try and hunt down this gun as well. Dangerous, but why not go for it? Won't find anything though. 8-4 here, AVANGAR. This is the money, Harry. This is what we've been talking about. Yeah, okay, it's a dominant lead for AVANGAR so far, but they haven't been getting those convincing rounds. They haven't been getting those 4 or 5 players staying alive. So as soon as Winstrike win 1 T-side round, boom, the money is crunched. And while I have no doubt AVANGAR will force into this round, it's not going to be the best of buys. Okay, they didn't even force, interestingly enough. Consider me wrong.
You know, you can kind of understand why they can cobble together a bit. I mean, Kicat's going to be a bit limited, as is Fitch, so
I just assume that, given the scoreline, they would have felt confident. But
still, I mean, the old saying is not over till it's over.
Yeah.
And that rings very, very true, especially when you're on a CT side, right? It's very easy for the T's to start to get into control of the money. And there's Kicket already bested early on. The A-bomb site once more, proving a bit of a crux here for AVANGAR in these last few rounds as it's taken. You got to take that into account as well. You think about all these close rounds, you got to think about where Winstrike have been hitting in a lot of these, in these last 5 or so rounds. Most of them in toward that A-bomb site. It has kind of been that reoccurring weak spot for AVANGAR. So this time they try and challenge B. Fix here though, and he's...
What?
I was going to say, he should just be able to mop this up, but maybe not. Now we're into a 3-on-3, and they've got the bomb. Oh, no, they don't. Never mind. I'm reading this very, very wrong. I'm going to be honest with you, Hugo. I was kind of lounging a bit, and the colors invert when you're leaning too far back. But well, that it and Norbert picking up both the players inside of A. Leaves James. He falls. Rounds all saved. Everything's fine. Everything's peachy. Winstrike in with the 5th round. Yeah,
did definitely look a little dangerous there with the bomb getting dropped. But Buster, I mean, the issue is when you run that 1 AK, you've got to have that one player go huge. You've got to have that player find 2 or 3 kills. So you're going to struggle to win those rounds because Jamie gets 1 with a USP, but other than that, AVANGAR falls short on the pistols. So Buster drops the bomb, but that will be about it here for AVANGAR as they now have the buy coming through. Pretty good buy, couple of SMGs, definitely limited, but certainly not going to be impossible. They've got that AWP, and James has proved that, well, anything's possible with that. Fitch is close in middle. He has to be careful. It's getting spammed a bit, and World Edit's up on the boost with the AWP. That's going to be heard. He definitely knows he's up there. You can't quite spot him around the edge of the smoke. The question is, how long does World commit to this? Does he even hold on to the top of middle, or does he eventually drop back down and play safe? Because James even moved in as well. In the meantime, Winstrike still looking up towards that A side, but it's mainly a default for the time being. Just trying to hold on, see if AVANGAR decide to get aggressive with this fairly lackluster buy. They are low on utility, and with no kits as well. Molotov should force James out of his spreads just that little bit more, but he seems to be okay for the time being. That's going to be heard.
James does start to rotate up to try and help out Kicker. Fitch as well, going aggressive down through mid in the meantime, but he's been spotted, somehow able to find that kill. And so now it's going to pressure these players over in main even more. They've lost this kind of third prong that they had in this offensive. And now you're relying on these guys exiting out from main, out from Squeaky to find the success. Fitch manages another down in mid, but Waylander, he's opened up A with a double kill of his own. He's trying to outdo Fitch in every way he can. Norbert chiming in with another. Molly will at least burn out World Edit. We're into a 2-on-2. It's James and Krisen though, and an AWP up in this retake, tagged down to 19 HP. I'm not too sure we see AVANGAR go for this, but now maybe. It's only Norbert left standing. What can he do in the 1v2?
They are low, they're so low, but he's on the AWP and he's already been flanked. James come up behind him and he's come up clutch. AVANGAR able to get that defuse with plenty of time remaining despite the lack of kit. And that is crazy. A lot of that being off the back of Fitch, right? He's deep in middle. So when we see World Edit drop off of that boost and go into main, that is all heard and all telegraphed. As a result, Buster rotates, we see James peel over as well, and AVANGAR has such a heavy A setup. Even though Waylander finds a couple of entries, you know, AVANGAR at least did the damage to make these players low, and also, you know, were fully aware that it was an A play after all. So Fitch, very important in that round. And he's going to pick up a 9th for AVANGAR.
I just don't know how he gets away with 2 down in mid with the UMP, right? Not only is he fighting at range, not only, you know, do they know that he's there after he kills the first guy, but he's able to keep on going into someone who's holding an angle with an AK and pick up a second frag. He continues his kind of multi-kills when they matter most.
Oh, they worked it out.
They're trying to boost over the corner of that smoke, but yeah, as you say, Kicker, he spotted the gap in it. That, to me, is proof that AVANGAR are very prepared for a lot of these strats that Winstrike are throwing in.
Well, that's the 3rd time they've boosted up. This time it does actually work out, but, you know, the first time they've actually found a kill off the back of it. Luckily enough, James is here to trade as well, so we do have that man up in the highway. And AVANGAR, while they forfeited the A bomb site, they have the kit for the retake, so it's not the end of the world. 4 players up towards the car right now, and the smoke will only slow Winstrike down just for a little bit more time. Nice shot, but it's traded right back. Both players getting tagged. Fitch finished off, and Krisen again landing this shot from the car. AVANGAR with a very good opportunity, but they don't realize that the wool has been pulled over their eyes. Winstrike have doubled back towards the MTB site.
They most certainly have. It's not wool in their eyes, it's wind in their sails as they head over here toward B. Still playing it very, very methodically, very, very safe. Going to throw in the smoke for CT. Molotov onto headshot as well.
They keep getting it wrong.
Yeah, I was going to say. That's really not the ideal smoke. Buster's been given a pretty easy angle to hold on to. They have to waste another to cover that up. You know, you think about how different it could be if you kept 2 smokes in this retake, just re-smoking off CT, one of the most aggravating things that happens on these B bomb site retakes, but they don't have that luxury now. Instead, you've only got the one on World Edit. He's sitting back as well with that AWP. He's not in a position where he can really do much to help. Sabumic's going to have to step up. Secures them the first man. Kivik now in with another, and it is just James left standing. He backs off. There should be a charge from here. Last round of the first half, so he's going to try and go for it anyway. Pushing in through CT is James, and they pick him up. It's going to be 9-6. As Winstrike do manage to claw their way back into that first half, and actually end with a pretty respectable scoreline.
Definitely, but we're going to be heading for a quick break. We'll see if Winstrike can keep this one up, or if AVANGAR are going to be taking that 2-0 to the playoffs in just a moment.
Winstrike started to find their footing a bit here in map number 2 over on at Cash. It was a 9-6 first half in favour of AVANGAR. But you think about the fact that it was 8-3 at one point in time. Suddenly that scoreline doesn't look so peachy for the AVANGAR guys.
Yeah, definitely not, but I still think they've got to be confident. You know, you're heading into the second half, the T side of your map pick. You're already up a map in this series. You're the best team in this group without doubt in terms of at least being a proven roster. So, yeah, things should be okay, but let's see if Winstrike can, you know, keep up the upset maybe. We'll find out. Second half underway and not much brought up for AVANGAR. We've got only a smoke and a Molotov here and a quick A-site burst trying to come out. World Edit will spot it, so that can call for an early rotate off of the B site, but there's already no one there. Winstrike are playing retake on B. Bit of a dangerous setup, and it may come back to haunt them with AVANGAR doubling back, towards that B bomb site. Only Norbert there. But we do notice they have 3 smokes. So I think what Winstrike are going to do is they're going to give up the bomb site and they're going to go for a full-on smoke retake, cutting off the checkers and the B main. But let's see. Norbert's got to stay alive at least for that to happen, and he's already been taken down through the smoke.
Yeah, from this point onwards, it becomes a very, very near on impossible round almost for Winstrike here. You're a man down, you're retaking B. They do at least have some utility between Kivik and Waylander that they can look to fall back on. But you're asking this utility to do the work of one man, essentially. Smoke goes down to nullify the player over in checkers. Crizin able to open things up, and World Edit will be able to pick up the trade at the very least, but not much more found, and time ticking down. Pressure's really on, and that will be AVANGAR reaching double digits, finding themselves the pistol round. First pistol round for AVANGAR, by the way, in this entire series thus far.
I'm not too sure why Norbert commits to the fight there after he gets stinked. I mean, it's very clear for Winstrike the setup was to smoke off that checkers and B main, and he had the other smoke. Kavik did as well, but he was deep in middle, so he couldn't smoke off a thing from there. So you definitely needed those 2 smokes to come down and cut off the likes of Buster and Fitch. But instead it was the site players for AVANGAR able to take the fights and pick it up for the T side. 10-6 for Lico here from Winstrike. Far more common on the CT side. We've pretty much seen that be the bread and butter of most teams. Now that the economy, the changes have been, I guess, you know, a while now. Most people are used to them. So typically a full eco for second round CT side. Very minimal investment, and Fitch is going to make light work of them. Already picking up Waylander in the checkers. We have a couple more players towards B, so AVANGAR do have to be careful. They're probing all around the map. James just spotted a man up on forklift, so he can close the distance. And you can see Krisen's just playing the distract roll up in the checkers as well, or up in the squeaky as well, so James can move in, get that kill. Fitch is not done up in the vents either, and he's just going to keep on going. 3 kills for him. World Edit last man standing, but probably not for too much longer.
Yeah, I mean, Fitch hears those footsteps. He's got a pair of ears on him, does Fitch. And he's going to go to pick that up, no problem. So yeah, keep it clean. And as we slip into the void once more, we can see it's 11-6 in favour of AVANGAR. Buy at least is on the horizon for Winstrike. I'm going to be brutally honest. I prefer going for the Force on the CT side in that second round. You understand why Winstrike don't? And that's just because, you know, they want to try and get the buy up as early as they can. They want to try and make this comeback happen. But I just think utility is so important on this CT side. And not only that, but you look at it, they don't have an AWP in play here, which they could have had they gone for the Force in the previous. But yeah, let's not dwell on that too much longer. Let's see what they can get done with the buy that they've fielded here. You know, it's a little bit limited in terms of utility. They don't have a kit either. Maybe it would have been nice to see someone like World Edit forego a flashbang, pick up a kit as a result, but they're going to have to try and make do with what they've got. They're sending Waylander aggressive over here towards B. Very aware of their limitations, so they're looking to try and make up for that with information. The issue they're going to start to face is with 3 players stacked up inside of this B bomb site. Haven't got nowhere near as they start to take mid, main, and squeaky. Looking to try and go for this 3-pronged approach in towards the A bomb site. Boomich is there to try and defend. He has support from World Edit over here in mid, but these rotations are a long way away. So Boomich, he's got to go above and beyond if they want to stand any chance in this round.
Yeah, flashes through. World Edit's been smoked off though, and it is just his solo man. First kill has been taken, and he's got a bit of a chance to move towards the back of the site as well, but the push in through Squeaky will be well timed. Boomich saves his own life with a flashbang. Jane getting up onto the corner, and now it's going to be Buster catching that flank as well. So AVANGAR, they need to speed up. 30 seconds left. They've yet to get rid of the man at the back of the site, and they don't have a Molotov forward either. Chrisen trying to move in. They line up for Boomich, and he's found himself a second. Lots of damage behind it as well. The nade will land, but he's still standing tall, and his teammates are moving in on top. Waylander another 1-for-1, but James is firing off with the AWP, and now Norbert is alone. Bomb has been caught on the cross, but there's still time to get that plant in, and that's going to allow Norbert to move in close.
Starting to round the corner, does spot Buster, and he's able to pick it up as well, so it's Norbert, the hero that Winstrike need. A 7th round cemented, and my goodness, he has been a real pleasure to watch as Norbert. Yeah. I'll be honest, he's been like the one bastion of light within this team for me thus far. With all these names in here, I was very excited, you know. It's kind of like we're getting a few of these squads together that have been together for a long time. You know, you have Wayland and World, that obviously they played together back on Flipside at one point in time. Then you have Kivik and Boomich as well, obviously from the old QB Fire roster. Then you bring in the new blood. And, you know, I wasn't really expecting too much from him, I'll be honest. And he's really pleasantly surprised me today.
Yeah, he's been great with a deagle especially. I think that's been one of the keys. Like, he won that one force by round on the T side with a couple of deags there. He got a few on Dust 2 as well, I remember. So, yeah, definitely been, you know, far more than what I was expecting. Good to see. But let's see if it will make any difference here, because if Winstrike aren't able to convert, this could be a bit of a problem. We've got AVANGAR just going for a fast B play, but look at the shutdown. Waylander and Norbert doubling up, and it's 2 for Norbert, in fact, to shut down this B push. AVANGAR left to just a couple of men. 2v5, in fact, and already just like that, it's done. Winstrike take a flawless round, something that AVANGAR struggled to do over on their CT side. So for Winstrike to actually pick that up, it's nice to see. It's going to mean their money can start to build here. And this anti-eco is only going to be another one of those opportunities. Got to keep at least 4 players alive here, really, considering that AVANGAR aren't buying up too heavily at all.
Stanley, this is much more competitive than I really ever envisioned this map being, especially when you think about, as we kind of already said, this was, what, 8-3 in favor of AVANGAR at one point in time. So it really has been a massive turnaround from Winstrike. These Glocks going to try and hit the A-bomb site, and this should just be Boomich making quick work of these players over in main.
You can't see through this Molotov. Yeah, it's such a hassle.
At least he doesn't go down there. That's what I was worried about. He's still continuing. He's not deterred by a few missed shots here and there. He's not deterred by a bit of damage that he's taken. Wayland are even going to go as far as to drop the bomb down in middle. So this round now looking like it should be comfortably AVANGAR's. And Boomich reads that very, very well. Anticipates that crossfire setup to try and catch him out. 11-9. 2 rounds between these two teams. And everyone's staying alive for Winstrike. You said they needed to keep a couple of players up. There you go, above and beyond that, Hugo.
And actually the first tactical timeout call from AVANGAR as well. So first in the entire series, in fact. So that's interesting to see. Playing it safe. Don't want to allow Winstrike a chance back into this game. Remember, this is the second map of the best of 3. This is AVANGAR's map pick. So again, on paper, it should be them 2-0ing the series after they took Dust 2 in such a dominant fashion. But Winstrike already bringing back the heat here over on Cash, and AVANGAR, they want to get the fire extinguishers out, Harry. So let's see if they're trained for that. 11-9. And James is at least not bought up the AWP. He doesn't have the money for that, so if it hasn't been dropped, we won't see it. But yeah, it's on his back. He'll be okay. He's got the AWP in play. Winstrike, they have 2 of their own, in fact. So this is going to be quite the interesting one. We actually don't have the AWP for AVANGAR. I completely misread that. I didn't think he had the money anyway. So I thought I saw it on his back.
Yeah,
but,
I mean,
you know. We all make mistakes.
We do. Everyone has those days, Hugo. While they're able to find the opener here for Winstrike. Now, Norbert on the other one. That's an interesting point to me. Haven't seen him with it. So this is going to be a chance for us to see. Is there a new potential star AWPer in the making? Is he trying to steal that mantle away from World? Hey, it's been a while, I think, since anyone's said World and it's like a star AWPer, but he certainly is a good AWPer. Ooh, kidding. Just tapping down Fitch. Now the pressure's really on for AVANGAR. We haven't seen them have to battle back from these man advantages really ever in this series. So boosting Jame up in towards middle. Bomb heading over here toward B. The issue they're going to find, Waylander up in the vents, and Norbert posted up with the AWP. It's a tricky double stack to try and overcome. If you deal with the man in checkers. You have Waylander there to try and trade. The issue now is Jane falls in mid, so you don't have anyone to pincer onto him. Now the bomb's dropped as well, and suddenly it's Krizen left standing. And he's not able to find anything. Waylander dropping out from the vents, and a 10th round locked in for Winstrike. Hugo, they want to try and take us through to map number 3. They want to try and get us to trade.
This is looking very good, yeah. I mean, AVANGAR are now down on eco again, so it's a potential another round for Winstrike. They've not had even a problem against the buys, let alone these ecos or forces. So let's see if they can do exactly that. Pull it up to even Stevens. But again, it can be these rounds that sometimes just fall apart when you get overconfident, when you expect yourself to win a round, and AVANGAR throw in something tricky or crazy or hit a couple of nice shots. It's certainly not a free round for Winstrike, and they have to be aware of that. Already Boomich trying to take that A main control, but AVANGAR, they've been very reactive in this game to what Winstrike have been pulling in. From the little boosts to the rush up in main, they're ready for it. And the nade does put Boomich down to 30, so they'll hold him out of there for now. A couple of Deagles still to play with as well in AVANGAR. That's going to allow the one-shot potential. So they'll group up outside of B. No utility to go for this execute. But if we look at the setup right now, Winstrike are playing retake. Norbert just waiting alone. So we will be able to get 1 or 2 kills here. And considering the fact that they don't have a smoke, you might be able to even stop the bomb from crossing.
Oh, most definitely. This is a very good test. Norbert, what can he do with the AWP? First time we've seen him on it. Tags up Jay. More players coming his way. And Norbert, oh, he's not missing a beat. He's in with 2. And he's hungry for more. He's thirsting for it. 2 players here about to try and get across. And they're not ready for Norbert. Boomich is there. And this round's drawing to a close. Only Fitch left starting at a 1v5. Deagle up. And there shouldn't be a chance for him. But that's certainly the ball rolling at the very least.
He's got the info. He knows there's 2 players, but yeah, we were just waiting for the inevitability one shot of Boomich to come through. We will see Winstrike finding that anti-eco after all, despite a quick casualty. Great round from Norbit, top of the team as well. Second in the server, only to Fitch, who's having a fantastic performance. But yeah, we haven't quite seen this AWPing of Jame over in this map be too prolific. At least it was in Dust 2. Obviously, very different map to try and run that AWP, but maybe on the T side is where he could start to find his footing a little more again. Jame waiting for that spawn peak. Very, very close, but no cigar. I always like to see it be attempted, though. Give it a go, give it a try. If it gets you a pick, it can really open up a round, and this would be one that AVANGAR really need to win. It's been quite a few in a row for Winstrike now, so AVANGAR need a response. We've got Norbit on B again with that AWP. Jane going to be run boosted across, and we see Norbit has been holding for these run boosts out on B as well. He's been very aware of what AVANGAR like to pull. And again, he's ready on another off angle. Jane going to peek into it, but Norbit, one step ahead.
What is that? What even is that? Norbit. He's just filth. There's more players here, but he's ready. He's posted up.
Oh.
But Buster's faster. Buster's faster indeed. Gets revenge for Jane, creeping forward, but now Wayland is here, taking up the mantle off that AWP. And in the meantime, aggression out in towards middle from Kivik and Boomich. You notice these 2 sticking together. I like that. You know, they try and work on the synergy that they already have. Now, AVANGAR, they managed to get control of the A bomb side, but they've taken a page out of Winstrike's book. They've left the bomb back in T-spawn almost. Kind of send Buster back round and grab it, so they won't risk losing the round on the back and not having that bomb at the very least. The one issue that they will have is trying to get it across into the site. They do have a smoke at least on Buster. He can throw that out, and that does grant him safe passage. Well, then it's going to try and land a shot just based on luck, and he's not having much of that right now. So the bomb goes down, man advantage favor of Winstrike, and the retake is well and truly underway.
Oh, that Molotov's going to force Buster out as well if they throw it towards the site, but they don't. They throw it towards Forklift instead, and Kickett's already up in main, so he's fine. Responsive Molotov out from AVANGAR. The World Edit is still on this angle, still ready and waiting, not for long. Kickett and Krizen both peek at the same time for a kill apiece, but Kavik has snuck into the site, and do they realize? No. Krizen still wide faces and takes the shot. Buster able to clean up from the default position as well, and AVANGAR are going to be able to convert the post plant. Being a man down, not being an issue for them. And actually bringing the fight to Winstrike there in the post plant as well. You know, not giving Winstrike the respect or the room to, you know, meander back into A. They just go aggressive and take every gunfight they can. So hell, if it works, it works. 12-11 to AVANGAR, back in the lead here. It looked like Winstrike was certainly closing the gap, and while they did do exactly that, AVANGAR don't want to give up this map just yet. We do have that AWP back on Jane, but there's still 2 for Winstrike.
Oh, well, then it's going to try and go aggressive in main. Jay, primed and ready. It's actually the other AWP over on Norbert to find the opener. He has just been a monster on this.
He's so pushed up as well. How is he already here just 20 seconds into the round?
Personally, for me, the thing that I'm really in awe at is just how confident he's been, right? Like, you know, you think about it, you're playing at a minor, you've been on what, like 3 teams before, no one really knows who you are, and you're just like showing up within the server doing all this damage. Versus, you know, a very tried and tested team. AVANGAR been together a good while now. So already Manify is taken once again for Winstrike. What a turnaround this has been since getting that AWP into the hands of Norbert. And now still traipsing toward this A-bomb site. Boomich flashed into main. That's going to be courtesy of World that over towards the truck. Oh, Cat's able to trade, so they found something. They've got a bit of leeway to play around with here, and you can see the response straight away. Waylander tries to take back some control, and he does get away with it.
Oh, that's the A player lost, though. So this Faker, I mean, it's just left down to a clutch kicker. 30 seconds left, and I think he's already thrown in the towel, already decided to save. Reason being, obviously, the loss bonus is about to be reset. Winstrike winning after AVANGAR won their first round in, what, 5 or 6 now. So this actually makes all the difference. Holding on to this AK means Kicker's going to have it in the next round, and everyone else can just force buy around it, get some pistols, get some armor. Even if it's an eco, whatever it is, doesn't really matter. You just want this one rifle, because it will be the only rifle. And dear, oh dear, Harry, this is really turning out to be a bit of a problem for AVANGAR. Winstrike are bringing the heat back on the CT side in a big way. And as you've said many times, a lot of this off the back of Norbert. He has really been a star, especially of the second half and of that B site.
Oh, most definitely. No, 21 kills, top performer in the server. Which, you know, when you think about the fact that over on this other team, you have Fitch, who's been incredible. You've got Jame as well, who almost dropped, what, 30 kills back on Dust to carry them through that map. You know, these are not players that you should just be showing up and outdoing. So Norbert really is going above and beyond for Winstrike right now. And he's going to go aggressive once again. He's not keen on just sitting on his laurels and waiting for AVANGAR to bring the fight to him. He's going to go hunting for this engagement. It's happening on his terms. Smokes down to facilitate this play over into Sunroom, and now he's got a bit of room to maneuver. Boost up into the vent as well. That's Waylander sent up into this position. As now they look to try and take a bit more of a proactive stance over towards mid. That also frees up Kivik for the rotation away. He's going to try and join up perhaps with Boomich over toward the A-bomb site.
Oh, the Molotov. It's not going to force that Buster if he has a smoke down to at least extinguish it, but it comes a little bit late. Loses a lot of health in the process, and Norbert, now he's going to start to consider backing off. He knows it could come through the T-spawn. He doesn't want to be double peaked or flashed out of position. But at least he holds back AVANGAR for a while. Just him being deep B for, you know, a minute of the round means that AVANGAR are very, very hesitant if it means going back into the B site later. So they won't. They'll go back towards A instead. The 1 AK here on Kicker. We have that boost coming through as well. This can either be to try and find openers or to come in very, very late after that bomb goes down, if it ever goes down. But Winstrike are at least playing retake on A, trying to give a little room for AVANGAR. They will exploit that. Wild edit through to smoke. Certainly not how you want to start losing your one rifled player. They will be able to pick it up. 20 seconds left. This bomb needs to go down right here, right now. The re-smoke coming through. World Edit giving them the bomb site. AVANGAR going to get this plant in, but a man down and really under-equipped. This would require a miracle.
Let's see. Miracles have been high in supply today for AVANGAR, so maybe they could dig deep and pull another one out the hat. Boomich leading the charge into the fray. Flash is there, but it's Kivik to pick up the first man. No trade found yet, and Boomich now on the forklift, chiming in with 2 quick frags. It all falls onto Buster. Bomb's not planted for him. He's got no chance, and that will be Winstrike. Successfully launching the retake and taking the lead for the first time in this matchup, aside from pistol rounds.
Yeah. And Anticos. But yeah, you are right. It's the first time they've had a lead, you know, past like 4 rounds, right? So pretty crazy to say as well. And on the map pick of AVANGAR, one that they've been tried and tested on, proven on against many top teams as well. So Very impressive from Winstrike, considering they, after Dust 2, just look so deflated, so down and out. I assume this would be a quick 2-0, but now I'm thinking Train is on the horizon. AVANGAR bringing their own form of transport up into A main, fully grouped, fully prepared to rush. Boomich going to get flashed in, but they're ready for it. Molotov does do a lot of damage, but they'll take him down. They try and jump into the A site. World Edit hitting a flick. He's starting to find his form on the AWP, and what a turnaround this has been. This has been one of the big reasons Winstrike are actually having success as well on this second map. World Edit coming to life, and Norbert even shooting through the smoke just to make matters worse. 4-on-3 here. AVANGAR trying to scavenge weapons from the bodies of their opponents, and Kicker has found himself an M4, but they need to win a battle, and Norbit will just not allow it. The flank coming in from Squeaky to deal with Buster, and it's only left to Fitch in the back of the site. The only man to find a kill this round for the T side, and he's got to do 4 more. There's a second Fitch. Surely this isn't going to happen, and Norbit will make it so. Raining in death from above, finding himself 3 kills there, and Winstrike just get the defuse within the nick of time.
Here's an interesting one. So the game going on over on the mainstream, here's a bit of an update for you, has run a very weird parallel to this one, right? You think about Dust 2, which was the opening map in the Simon versus Team Spirit game, and it was a dominant performance from Spirit there, nothing unusual. This map, Team Spirit are up 12-3 in the first half. It is currently 14-13, still in favor of Team Spirit, but Simon on what? A 10-round win streak, I think, give or take right now.
That's crazy.
So very similar to what we're seeing here. Jay battening down the hatches over here toward B, but that is where Norbert lies in wait. And to say he's been a beast to contend with is an understatement. He's been causing so many problems for AVANGAR. They haven't figured out how to flush this man out just yet. So just the mere presence of him here at B instills fear in AVANGAR. They've started to back away. They turn their attention in towards middle instead. Krisen even going as far as to line up some smokes and flashes to assist his teammates taking this portion of the map, and that's the Molotov intervents, does force Kivik out of position. And you can see the effect that's had. That means mid is now open for the taking. AVANGAR are going to get this mostly for free. But while they have this portion of the map, now the question becomes, Hugo, what are they going to do with it?
Oh, look at this push-up, though, on the B site from these 3 CTs. This is so aggressive. You can't expect this if you're AVANGAR, and they're just caught, trying to smoke off Molotovs. The bomb's been dropped forward. Wayland has found another. And it's all Buster alone. A 1-on-4. Norbert's already pushed up on the angle, and of course he's going to hit the shot. 2 3Ks back-to-back, 27 kills. I mean, what can you even do, Harry? He is unstoppable right now. Winstrike at 15 rounds, and they're about to take away the map pick of AVANGAR in this best of 3. Not what anyone would have expected after Dust 2. That was so dominant for AVANGAR, but while the stars of that map have slowed down a little bit in the likes of Jame, for example, the bottom fraggers of the previous map for Winstrike have flipped themselves on their heads, mainly being in the form of World Edit, right? He's had a great game as well. Norbit, while he was top as over in Dust 2, he is, well, really topped the charts here as well on cash.
Yeah, if one man would have known about flipping sides, it would be World Edit. He has looked very, very good. Boomich boosted up here. Peeking over Jame there as well. They're going to meet each other at some point. It's just a question of who beats who and a question of timing. Oh, Boomich able to win it. He is flushed out of mid, but they're not able to trade. They only had 1 player boosted, so he will be allowed to make a quick exit in through the vents. Ducks and weaves into that B bomb site, but the bomb in the meantime for AVANGAR has crossed. It is going to go down inside of A. As they manage to get players into the site, Krisen and Fitch find 2 between them as well, and suddenly double AWP in this retake doesn't feel too great for Winstrike.
Yeah, Norbert, again, another smoke shot. This guy's unreal. What's happening? Winstrike getting kills out of thin air. AVANGAR now only 2 rifle players in this post plant, and one of them's already tagged up. That's Fitch. It's Buster again playing the center of the site, but they haven't got a flashbang to allow him to peek wide. He's got to hope that these CTs don't have a molly, and that is correct. Krisen catching one from the forklift. Norbit not able to see Krisen, just running past him. He's got to look down. He's got to look below him because Krisen's hiding behind the fork. Norbit finding the kill, but the time is just too low. They need to get on this defuse right now, and Norbit, he can try, but surely Fitch is going to close the distance. He does it. Norbit gets the kill, and even though he finds 4 in the round, it's still going to be the bomb going off for AVANGAR. Try as Norbit might, 4 kills is not enough.
No, it's not. I mean, that must feel devastating. He's got 31 kills. 31. My goodness. That is just nuts. I mean, even the fact that he's able to find Fitch at the very end, just to add insult to injury, you know. Even in a round that they lose, Norbit's still like, well, just so you all know, I am the king of this server. Yeah. So, yeah, you might have kicked me out of this one, Castle, but it's all good. Here's the play for AVANGAR over towards the A bomb site once again. By the looks of things, they had success there in the round prior. Things look good. They clearly felt good with it, so they're going to go back to that. Just going to try and find success where they have in the past. Boomich here does have welded it down on highway. Kivik's around for a fast rotation. Wayland is already making his way around onto truck, so it's going to be a bit of a stack here for Winstrike in a couple of seconds' time, and maybe that's enough to deter AVANGAR. Oh, no. But that bomb, Kikut's throwing it. It's a shot put in his eyes, mate. Now it's all the way inside of the A-bomb site, down at the foot of Boomich. They have to commit to this now, whether they like it or not. And there's Crizin delivering one and a second. Maybe this is possible. Well, that it's very quick over on the ladder, but the bomb is going down. It's Crizin and it's Jame back to back, trying to lock in this round into 2v3.
Oh, the Molotov. Not only does it deny the plant, but it also forces Crizin down to 20 HP. He's got to move. Smoke going down. Might be able to shut down this push. Norbit. He loves a good smoke, he does. Crizin going to fake the bomb plant, try and force a peek. Norbit goes right through, but there's a flash in his hand. Norbit missing the shot, and Crizin, he may have just turned this round on its head. It's a 1-on-1, and he's on a 4K already. He is going to rotate back towards B, but Kvik is one step ahead. He's already begun that long route right round, and he's coming in through middle as well. Goes towards the vents. Crizin might be able to get this bomb down towards the site, but Kvik, he's so close by that Crizin surely won't have an idea. That vent spot makes it very obvious, though.
He had to break the vent. Crizin over on headshot, but Kivik able to fight him, holds his own, and that will be Winstrike picking up the victory here on Cash. Sadly for AVANGAR, Crizin, as good as he did, he cannot be Crizin from the dead. So that will be 16-13. We're heading through the trade. This series gets tied up 1-1, and now it really does get interesting. After Dust 2, I'm not going to lie, I was a bit worried we were just in for a sleeper matchup. I thought this was just going to be an easy AVANGAR victory on Cash. They picked it. They were looking fantastic, but Norbert, what a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, and not even just him, but Boomich had a fantastic game as well. 24 kills at the end of that map. If we remember back to Dust 2, him and Wild Edit completely silent. Like, they had a great start, or he had a great start to earlier today in his first best of one, but I was really worried for these guys coming into this second map. So really great to see the turnaround from these boys as well. And now heading into train, I mean, it's anyone's game. If you've got Norbit dropping 30+ kills on the AWP and you head to the best AWPing map, I don't know what he's like on that map, but I can only assume.
The thing I love is you know, whenever you say Norbit, you say like Norbit. You know,
yeah,
you know the Eddie Murphy film? You ever seen that film?
Yeah,
there you go. Yeah, dude, no, that's good. I like to imagine that while we cast him. So, yeah, I mean, still a very dominant turnaround there from the Winstrike guys. Now they've got wind in their sails. They've got that momentum behind them. We saw the likes of, you know, World Edit really stepping up there in that game as well, finding his footing even. Yeah. You think about how quiet he was. This is now a very interesting matchup. We still have map number 3. That is going to be Trade. Do not go anywhere. We'll be back with that after the break.